Hello guys, welcome back. I tried to make the God of the Day video for you multiple times today, and it was going to be Hermes. And don't worry, we're back to talking to each other. I just declare war on him for, I finally figured out why. Like, actually today, he shows up at tough periods when I'm struggling with something to try to help, and I've always blamed him for things going sideways. And today, between attempts to make a video, he's like, well, the reason that stuff disappeared or was stolen because I realized I put my bag down in the library and left it unattended. It could have got stolen there, or it could have just got stolen from the carousel, or I could have, a million things could have happened to it. But he was like, I'm accepting that as sacrifice for helping you right now, and, so you don't have to worry about it. And if that wasn't enough, the delivery guy showed up today because I was waiting on delivery, and my package made it from Ohio to my doorstep in 9 hours. That was freaking fast. And I told the guy, I was like, "Oh, you need this snow?" And he's like, "Well, I'm trying to because it's supposed to snow today too." And he said, "Well, watch this package because it's on the bottom. They went to pick it up at the hub and it had started tearing on the bottom. So it's actually not these postal companies doing this. It's, um, I guess the way Walmart is packing things, but this is a dark blue uniform, and I don't remember any of these people having a dark blue uniform, but, whatever. I don't even know who they used to ship it. Anyhow, then the mail showed up a little bit later, and that had a thing about travel and backpacking and everything in it, one of those adverts to get you to buy something. And so he's been hitting me over the head of saying, I'm here to help you. I'm here to make your life easier. Why can't you let me help you? I'd even gone back on the channel today and looked at all the old Hermes videos, and I was like, every time I'm making a Hermes video, I'm just barely holding it together. I obviously don't like this god, even though I bought him a statue and apparently bought a book that I literally do not remember owning. I don't know if I still have it or not, and I just got this last year, but stroke, fun brain. And he just shows up whenever I need him the most. So there's no 20-minute video that can possibly be made out of that, so I'm gonna have to pick another god of the day, and he's shrugging, he's happy. I don't think we have the relationship to make a 20-minute video out of it, and that doesn't necessarily mean the next God of the Day video is going to be 20 minutes, but you guys know what I mean. I hit that, what, 3 or 4 times now? I'd like to try to hit it again. So, he is installed, all the gods are installed, and I kind of felt some pity for him today, and I mean pity, not compassion, because, I was working on Pinterest, and then I pinned one pin for him. And then an avalanche of Hermes pins came out of nowhere. And most people talk about the gods in the past tense, and I thought, we have our problems, but how many people actually work with this god? And I'm not trying to sound like a pretentious hipster. I'm like, how many people actually work with the gods and don't just play at working with the gods? You know what I mean. One thing people hate with a lot of Wiccan books is that they just sound like pseudo-intellectual coffee table books. They don't actually sound like these people have actually tried working with these gods, because you'll be reading it and be like, that god's not like that at all. Have you ever worked with them? And that book that Odin had got me super cheap, the Book and Rune set, I hate it. One thing, they got all the names of the runes wrong, and I'm like, what are they doing? And two, they look suspiciously like the Nazi rune set, that one. And thirdly, they couldn't be more wrong on the interpretations of the runes. I'm like, I worked my fucking ass off for over a year. I'm a better rune master than you are. You got all these goddamn associations wrong. And it was just, I could tear this book into confetti. But the amazing thing is, there are 2 copies of this rune set on Amazon now for over $1,000. I'm like, I wouldn't even give you the less than 40 cents I spent on it, because this is bullshit right here. It can't fucking spell. They pretend they belong to this secret German magic thing to do with, the Norse gods or the Germanic gods. And I'm like, well, if you were actually Germanic witches, you would probably know not to use the Nazi rune set. It's like one of those rune sets where they were just like, oh, fuck it, let's just use the runes that we think look pretty and put some random shit on the card. I'm like, this is not how runes work. That said, we all know that some people are like, well, runes are bullshit anyways, because the modern names are just guesses, and they say that, the art of using them as divination tools or magical tools is not an ancient art handed down by the Allfather. Though Odin will look at you like he's trying to figure out ways to kill you if you try to get out of rune studies, so go figure. But, I think what really bothered me about that book too is I'm having Hermes try to come in. And this book tells you very aware and very rarely that Odin and Hermes are the same god. I'm like, no, the fuck they aren't. I can tell you because I work with both of them, and they are not the same god. The old man wouldn't have had this much patience with me this many times. He fucking wouldn't have. He would have nailed me to the wall. Where I watched some of my old Hermes videos, and Hermes scared the living shit out of me at one time in my life, and there was this weird stuff going on, but Hermes is just doing some deep healing work and digging some shit out of my life, and it's gonna hurt, and I'm not gonna like it, but he's like, it's okay, you're not gonna have a panic attack, you're not gonna have a breakdown, you're not gonna end up in an asylum, just let me work on it, and whatever it feels like we're leading you towards or away from, please just for the love of us, listen. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to try to think of somebody for God of the Day. I've tried thinking of Fenrir. I tried a Fenrir video last night and it didn't work. So now there's Mr. Grumper Puppers. And I was doing so well until I typed in Fenrir. And I remembered there was this one woman that wrote an article. Please don't fucking throw things at me. I typed in Fenrir Godswas. Please don't fucking throw shit. And it was. Fenrir attracts a lot of unique and beautiful people. Let's put it that way. There are the people that range from Fenrir doesn't exist because Loki doesn't exist to Fenrir waifu. We're not getting into some of the shit I've read about him, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I stop working with him every so often. And he'll just look at me and look at the article and look back at me again like, ugh, humans. I'm not saying I speak for the gods. I don't, but he can see my reaction to some of this stuff. There are a lot of despicable people that will like pick Fenrir out as their god, and like they do with Loki or they do with Hel, and then they'll just start doing like I mean like illegal activity, and they'll say, well, Fenrir would do it. The fuck he would. Fenrir's alpha wolf, in case we've forgotten, because he has two pups that we know of, and there had to be more in the litter. He's got to have a mate somewhere that we don't know of. And he's got all this other stuff going on in his life. And there's also the theory that a fucking clock. There's also the I can't laughter back here. There's also the theory that he's actually a much older god, and the story of his binding was the story of the new gods overthrowing the old gods. So, like the story of the Titans is like the old gods that were worshipped being overthrown because this new pantheon was being worshipped now. Same thing for Fenrir, possibly, and Loki, etc., etc. So they weren't bad; they were just the old gods, and they needed to get rid of them. So, food for thought. But I don't know who to do. I could try Hermes if you guys really want me to, but nobody seems interested. And that's okay, because he's hard to work with. Fenrir, that's no way that's going to hit 20. Hell is not going to hit 20 minutes either. Damn, I can't think of anyone else that would like hit 20 minutes. I did all the ones that like I could talk forever about, but with the other ones, I just have to kind of get inspired. And right now, the old man's like, I don't like that hat you're wearing. This is a hat Hermes likes because it looks like a UPS hat, and the old man doesn't like it. It's not that he has an issue with Hermes, but it's like one day they like each other, next day they hate each other. Same thing with Loki. Some days Loki hates Hermes, and some days he loves him, and this is my brother! You don't understand, this is my brother! I love you, but what did you get into? Nothing! Uh-huh. So, so we got a lot going on. I don't know what we'll do today. I was hoping it would snow when it was daylight, but they're saying if snow is coming, it's like coming at like 10 o'clock, and my camcorder part of my camera is for shit. So you're not going to be able to see the snow unless it was a street light, and even then it's kind of like debatable if you'll see it. So And I don't know. I was just thinking, well, I could do, the photography I do every year when it snows. So I'm like, I don't know. You guys are so fucking great with me. I don't want to like test your patience doing the same street I do 30 times, but it's not like I have mobility to get out at 10 o'clock at night when the streets are pure ice. So I don't know. I'll try to think of something. But, wanted to get something up for you guys. I'm sorry that like the inspiration cometh and goeth, but Odin giveth and taketh away. So if you guys like what you see, look, he's like wave the wolf at them. There you go. There's your wolf for the day. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Shut up, Loki. He's like, wave the wolf again. Ah! So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.